Hey, welcome back. This is Mike, pinching snuff and fixing stuff. I'm sitting out here in the S10, just chilling out, just relaxing. I want to let everybody know, you see my past post that I lost my middle brother to some complications. I want everybody to know that my brother Chad was one of the best diesel technicians that I've ever seen. I mean, this guy, he could pull engines apart, put them back together, rebuild them. You know, do things that most people couldn't do or understood what it meant. And me and him, we never worked. We worked together when I was younger, and he was younger. We worked together, but he went his own path. I went my own path. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. This guy, he learned things that hell I didn't learn. You know what I mean? He was probably one of the best mechanics up here in North Georgia. He was good, man. He was. Yeah, he had his weaknesses and he had his strengths, but for the most part, all around diesel technician. There was no better, no better. He could rebuild the engines, he could rebuild the transmissions, he could rebuild the differentials or whatever. Uh, and Me and him, we talked all the time. If he had a problem with something, he'd call me. I'd try to help him out. If I had a problem with something, I'd call him. He'd try to help me out. And but for the most part, being brothers, you know, doing what I've done my whole life, the same as he's done his whole life. We had always very knowledgeable. You know what I mean? You know, there wasn't much, if anything, that him or myself couldn't figure out on a semi truck, whether it be an engine problem or an after treatment problem or an electrical problem or whatever. What made us good at what we do is we communicate with each other back and forth. You know, he knew his stuff and I knew my stuff, and he knew that I knew my stuff and I knew that he knew what he knew. And at any given time that I had an issue or whatever, I would reach out to him. At any given time that he had an issue that he was trying to figure something out, he'd reach out to me. It's just like that's probably what I'm going to miss the most, from my brother, honestly. You know, just like last week before he passed away, he called me and he was talking about, hey, my transmission is not talking to my truck or whatever it may be. And I was like, well, have you checked your? Now this is going to be a little foreign for a lot of you guys and gals. So I asked him. I said, did you check your data link? Did you check it and see, if you got a good data link? He's like, well, I know you told me how to do this before, but what do I got to do? And I told him, to check his data link or whatever and make sure that he's got a good, backbone for his communication. And I told him, I said, hey man, I said, if you got a good data link and you got this and that, if you go to your TCM module where your transmission's not talking, if you go to your TCM module and you'll check your power and ground and then you'll check your data link, and if you got all that, man, you got a bad TCM module. Well, anyway, I think that was on like Monday of last week. I called him back on Thursday. I was like, hey man, I said, I was just calling to see, did you ever figure that truck out? Yeah, I got it, man. I got it fixed. Well, I was like, well, that's cool. That's cool. You got it fixed. And I was going to talk to him this past weekend. See what he did, because that's how we learn. That's how us mechanics learn. We learn by, you know, somebody else fixing something, or I fix something, or whatever, and they tell you what they did, right? That's how we learn. So I called him on Thursday, and I was like, "Hey man, you get that truck fixed?" And he was like, "Yeah man, I got it fixed. I got it fixed." And he said, "I'm not feeling too good, or I'm tired." I don't remember exactly what he said. He's like, "I'm just sitting here watching TV," and I was like, "All right, cool, man." Well, I was gonna call him back this past weekend, to get the details on what he did or whatever, whether it be a broken wire, or maybe even the TCM was bad, or whatever it was. I was wanting to know the details in it. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the details in it, but I know he got it fixed. He got it fixed. That's my brother. He fixed it. I I would like to know the details, whether it be what it was, but I'll never get those details, because you know he's passed on, and but that's a mechanic life, man. That's the mechanic life. Me and my brother, we come up figuring, what we really didn't know what we wanted to do. I think he knew what he wanted to do. He went to school for it and stuff. I was always confused, man. I didn't know what I wanted to do. This mechanic stuff just fell in my lap, and we got good at it, both of us. Uh, and but I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. There ain't no better mechanic than Chad Shamia. There's no, there's no better. He made it work. He figured it out. He knew how to do it. There is no better mechanic. Myself, nah. I mean, I do what I do. I'm good at what I do. But that guy right there, man, he was uh, he was good. He was good. I always give him a hard time back in the day. You know the difference between a shade tree mechanic, or uh, a dealership type, mechanic, whatever. And me, I was always a dealership type mechanic. I take 10 zip ties off, I put 10 zip ties back. I take this off, I put it back. And he was what I call a shade tree guy. But I'm gonna tell you what, they ain't nothing. There is nothing on a truck that my brother could not fix, figure out, and get it done. So all I'm doing with this video right here, man, is remember my brother. I love him, and I'm gonna miss him. I really am gonna miss him. We had our ups and downs, sure. Every brother, every sibling do. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna miss that day when I have something that I can't figure out. You know, and I call him and say, "Hey, man, I got this, this, and this, man. What do you think?" I'm gonna miss that. You know, I'm gonna miss his funny jokes, his off the wall bullshit that he taught was just amazing. You know. Uh, so yeah, Chad, I just want to let you know, buddy, I love you. I'm gonna miss you. Your brother Chris is gonna miss you. Your nephews and everybody. You know, everybody that knew you is gonna miss you. You was an awesome individual. You had a heart like gold, man. You know, as a matter of fact, is what I'm figuring out now, what I've seen since the unfortunate deal. Dude, you touch people more than I even realized, man. You touch people more than I've touched people. I mean, you had a heart that was just like nobody has. So, but I just want to say I love you. I'm putting you on this YouTube video because you deserve to be here. I really wanted to put you here, while we was working on the car for you or whatever. Uh, and I am going to miss you, and I don't know what's going to happen from here on, but we will keep on keeping on. for you, my brother, Chad Samia. I love you, and I'll never, ever, ever not love you and stop loving you, okay? I love you. This is Mike with Pinch and Snuff and Fixing Stuff, pouring it out there and let you know what kind of man Chad Samia, my brother, was. I love every one of y'all. I hope every one of you guys have a blessed day and stay safe. And remember, if you have a sibling, if you have a loved one, tell them you love them. Talk to them daily. Explain to them how it is, because you never know when the last day you're going to have is. This is Mike, Pinch and Snuff, Fixing Stuff. I am out.